sometimes we talk about, we've been talking a lot about freedom and sovereignty with everything that's going on. And that the word sovereign is like, it has the word reign in it, like kings and how they reign, right?
Yeah. Well, do you want to
So
call it up to you? And we can always change the name, Missy, but what if we call each one Thrive Thursday, and then in the last name we can put whatever it is, and then panel.
Yeah, sovereignty one, or sovereign, autonomous person is good, or something. You know, you're yourself, whatever you want to call it. Sovereignty. And then you can change it if you don't like it.
Yeah, we can always change it.
Okay, did you hear me? It booted me out again.
Okay. Are you back?
You're back.
I can see you. I don't know why it's doing that, Missy. I have no idea.
I don't know. I think it's because of storms here today. It was.
Oh yeah,
we have storming pretty bad. So the first word I'm going to throw out is sovereign, which has the word reign in it, like kings and queens. Possessing ultimate power, royal power, or status. So Karen, what does that make you think of?
Well, I mean, I immediately go to, sorry, we've got people joining us. I missed that. Sorry, Cheryl. Are you there? I didn't realize it set this webinar up as I have to admit people, they're in a waiting room. I didn't realize I'd done that. Cheryl, can you hear us?
Okay, and go ahead and allow everyone to come in from the waiting room so we have more people, make sure they're hearing us live. And then I can say this again, because finally my thing is not going round and round and round. You know how sometimes when you connect, it does this round circle thing. It's been doing a lot of that. It's finally not doing that.
Okay. Hi, Cheryl. Thanks for joining us. Bernie, thank you for joining us. Nanette, thank you for joining us. I know we've already said our hellos, but Bernie and Cheryl have just joined. And there'll probably be more people joining too. So, so Missy, what would you like to use as a positive affirmation for this panel?
I haven't gotten that far yet, Karen. I haven't had.
Okay. Yeah. How about freedom?
That's why this is in two parts. Right now, we're just breaking down words, and that's what I'm gonna work on next week. When I was at my dad's, he was without the internet for like 3 days, wasn't it like that?
Yeah.
And mine's been very limited, so I haven't had too much time either. But I've been pondering just within myself the meaning of what does it mean to be sovereign? Because I always I remember how I turned you on to Lisa Renee?
Yes.
One of her things as far as an affirmation is God sovereign free, you know, connecting to your God source. So I'm God, I'm sovereign, I'm free in that connection and support. So when I think of that, I wonder, what does sovereign mean? Because kings and queens are supposedly sovereign, but we know on this planet now that the kings and queens that are ruling are not the real rightful kings and queens at all. But this is what the Wikipedia or dictionary says sovereign is: possessing ultimate power, royal power, or status. So if we apply that to our own life, ultimate power, to me, that sounds like it's really connecting with the quantum field. Like hello to whoever that is. Dog.
I know, got very playful dogs here.
Dog is God backwards. God is.
Yes. Interesting.
Hello there.
I may have to put them in a room. So what about, so we can create, I'm going to put them in a room. Hold on one second.
What we're going to do first is I want to look at the flip side, the not so positive side of what's going on before we drill it down, break it down, and bring it back into the positive. Oh, my He's so sweet. Look at him.
He's enjoying his Missy. Missy's cat. Yeah.
Cats are very important too, cats and dogs. So sometimes because we're on a planet of polarity, everything is in opposites, you know, good and evil, light and dark, you know, cold and hot, masculine and feminine. You know, we have all these polarized things of one side, the pendulum swings to the left, the Sphinx swings to the right, just like it teaches in the Hermetic laws. We're going to look at the negative side of things. So the first word I came up with that I wanted to look at is the word brainwashing. And when I looked at this one, I'm just going to read some definitions of these words, and I want you to feel this and how it puts a picture together of what's going on since childhood and even before.
Yeah.
Brainwashing, known as mind control. The human mind can be controlled by certain psychological techniques. It reduces the subject's ability to think critically or independently. So when I think of psychological techniques, I think of MK Ultra, which was a CIA-founded project in the 1950s and 60s that specialized in mind control training. They actually used LSD. It went on way before that. I mean, it's been going on, you know, since I don't know, thousands of years, but there's different levels of programming. So I think of what's going on now with certain people we can see on social media, and how the ones that are not thinking sovereign, they're not thinking, I'm God, I'm sovereign, I'm free, wanting freedom, wanting, you know, First and Second Amendment rights, believing in the Constitution, the infallible Constitution, thinking in the opposite direction. They're almost like a hive mind because they think they're thinking an original thought, yet it's all the same thinking. They spew the same thing out of their mouth, like, you know, I have to wear a mask or whatever it is. You know, it's just crazy
it's all
stuff
mind
going
control.
on.
So what if we create a category? Yeah, to counteract. So
that's where we're going, but I haven't gotten that far. That's what I have to research in the next few days, is what will help. I mean, the first one we know we can add to that is rescue remedy, because this is a very emotional issue. So rescue remedy is like the go-to all the time. I would even say adding Star of Bethlehem too by itself, because the shock and the trauma is so bad in olive. I can give you some flower essences I know right away off the top of my head, but I would like to go into my FES flower essence book, which I actually, so I don't have to look at the internet, I have a copy of this book, which I can show to people. I highly recommend owning a copy of this book. It's called the Flower Essence Repertory. Can you guys see that book? By Patricia Kaminsky and Richard Katz. It takes the Bach flower essences and it's on steroids as far as the meaning. Can you guys see that book? This is my go-to book, a comprehensive guide to the flower essences researched by Dr. Edward Bach and by the Flower Essence Society. So this is going to be one of my references for what we're doing for this panel. So that's two you can add right now. You can add Rescue Remedy and you can add Star of Bethlehem. What is the Star of Bethlehem? What is it in the Bible? It's the North Star, right?
Yes.
Right. Yes.
Missy?
Yeah, everybody froze, Karen.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't hear Missy at all. I hear you and see you, Dr. Lou, but I don't see or hear Missy.
Where did she go?
I see see Missy, but she's frozen.
Yeah, now she's moving for me, but Missy, you're muted.
Yeah, it automatically will mute me. But what I was saying was the Star of Bethlehem, you can think of the North Star. And if you look at your GPS, your internal GPS, what is your internal GPS? The North Star keeps you on track, right? That's important. So we want something that keeps us focused, keeps us on track. But back to what I was going to say was the hive mind is, like the hive mind is like what the way insects behave in a certain way, where all the bees take a command. Not that all hive mind is bad. Thank God for bees and pollinating. We have a bee problem right now. We have a shortage of bees. We need more bees to pollinate. But if you look at ants and how they behave, but they also attribute the hive mind like to aliens, that like sort of what you see as the gray aliens or the negative aliens kind of operate in this hive mind where, and I think artificial intelligence is even, trying to bring that in. So people don't think, they don't have critical thinking anymore. They don't think independently. There's a programming that's happened. So the next word we'll look at is program. What does it mean? According to a definition, Wikipedia, program is a series of coded software instructions to control the operation of a computer or other machinery. A second definition is programming to arrange according to a plan or schedule, hence the programming in our lives where, you have to get up at a certain time, you eat breakfast, you're trained to go to school at a certain time, you have lunch at a certain time, you have dinner at a certain time, whatever. You have certain days of the week you work, certain days you take off. You're programmed to work and to do all these things. And the programming goes much deeper. And what is one way we are programmed, say, besides, religion, family of origin, school, all these things, entertainment, the TV programming, the news, the entertainment that's fun entertainment as well as the news. Entertainment means the action of being provided with entertainment, with amusement or enjoyment. So some people are providing the entertainment and others are being provided with this entertainment. And the ment is important in entertainment because in the word entertainment, government, to govern, you have the ment, entertainment, which is all this putting together people in a place to watch something on a screen, to get them into a relaxed state, because most of the time people walk around, when they're working and stuff, they're in a beta state. But a lot of times if people sit and watch TV, and I love to watch movies. I mean, it's great. I learn a lot out of going back into the rabbit hole. I look at, maybe I was programmed with a rabbit hole, so now I go back into that rabbit hole, like in the story of Alice in Wonderland, to retrieve what it is, to understand how we were programmed and break that down and figure out what's benevolent, what's malevolent, that sort of thing. And so we go in and we look at this, but the ment, the entertainment, the government, the control, it's all about bringing us into a certain way of thinking and behavior. Just like when I told you about MK Ultra, but to take it even deeper still, right now, what's happening is like, you hear the word coup. Here's another one, coup d'etat, which is a decisive change of the government illegally by force. Doesn't that seem what they're trying to do right now? That's what they're trying to do. They're not going to succeed, but that's what they're trying to do. Yeah. And then when I was trying to look up some other words, like say looking up globalism, or Marxism and communism. It was very ambiguous. You can't even get a true meaning of some of these words because not everything is accurate, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. But I want to go back to this thing about coded. The program is a series of coded software instructions to control or operate a computer or other machinery. I mean, we're not machines, but we are looked at as machines. They want us to produce. They want us to, do for them for what they want. Like in the show, there was a
movie, Hunger Games.
I can't think of the name of it right now. What the show is? It'll come back to me. It was with the aliens on the Twilight Zone. They had one to serve man, and man was actually on the menu. Okay, and we've seen it in other movies. Say like the movie 1984, George Orwell, that showed the military state, or They Live with Rowdy Roddy Piper, where if you put the certain glasses on, you can see, programming up, go out and buy things, reproduce, and do all this stuff that they want so they can feed off of us. That's what is happening, that they're trying to bring us into this mind control so they can benefit from, our slavery state, working to serve them. The whole system is screwed up in that way, and it is not meant to be that way. The laws of God and natural law did not want that. We were meant to be sovereign beings.
Yeah.
So when I look Marxism and communism, this is all I get. I can't even put this down because it's ambiguous. It says it is a political and economic way of organizing society which focuses on the struggle between the capitalist and the working class. A lot of what you're going to see here is not accurate. It's much deeper the way all these facets are coming together, and not to get too much into the facets, but what happened, the outcome of this, what we see is a program that's been installed, say, in our DNA of, we know about
Missy disappeared temporarily.
It's probably the weather, Karen. We have weather issues here.
Yeah. You have storms there right now?
Well, not right now, but we have a lightning strike, or I had a lightning strike 10 miles away.
That
and I don't know.
Internet out yesterday, right?
Yep. Yeah, we had it out, not for that reason, but it was out for 2.5 days. And
yeah.
Well, she wasn't able to do any research because she was here, and her cell phone does not have coverage out here for data.
Yeah.
And I do, and I didn't have very much data coverage either. I had to walk in and answer a few emails, but she was totally stuck. So I'm back now.
Well, Missy has a lot of knowledge. It seems like she's coming from a place of knowledge with what she already knows, which is a lot, before doing any research. So yeah, this could be a very, very powerful panel.
Well, she works on it in a different way than I do. I'm pretty much a meat and potatoes kind of a guy, and what you get from me is just what I think that's going to work for whatever the condition might be. And now we get a little bit more esoteric, and that's just as important. Yeah. Although I'm not the guy who really gets too involved in that. So I get on here to listen to see where everybody else is coming from and what I can do to help. And I agree with the Bach flower. Oh, you're back, Missy.
Yeah. Hey, I'd like to.
Nanette
Oh,
said
here's a
something
great
there, but I didn't get to
comment.
see it.
I saw a great comment
Oh,
about a totalitarian government, but now I can't see it. It's and something about vaccines. Yeah, that's what they want to do is chip and vaccine. But
Yeah.
I can't see these comments. How do I see these comments? Where do I go, Karen?
Well, Karen, can you read them too? Yeah, they show up on the bottom of the screen, and by the time you see it, they disappear.
I can see more clearly. But any messages that appear in the chat, I'll just read them out because we're not hearing you too well, Missy.
Okay, please read that to me because I did want to comment on that.
Okay, so it's like, this is from the Nats, it's like they are wanting a totalitarian government, taking away everyone's freedom, controlling private and public life of everyone, i.e. vaccines. Yeah, right on.
Absolutely. That's where it's going. Vaccines, chips, surveillance, minority report with the iris scanning, thought crimes, all that.
Mosquitoes.
That's where they want to go. What we really need in this is we need to have unconditional love for ourselves and others. So one thing I would say for unconditional love that's important is rose quartz. Having the frequency of rose quartz, and if you could put it in water, because Marsuya Emoto talked about how, the messages of water, we want to talk to ourselves in a way that's positive. Another one would be, can you put the frequency of a cat's purr in this?
Cat's fur?
Purr.
Oh, purr.
The sound of a purr.
Yeah. So far I've got a category for positive statements, and then how about crystals and gemstones?
Yeah, okay, yeah, so we've got a category of flower essences.
And gemstones and flower essences.
Flower essences, gemstones, cell salts.
Essential oils?
Yeah, that too, essential oils. Now, let me ask you this. Are you allowed to use anybody's blends or not? Am I allowed to say that?
You use Young Living?
Okay. Oh, you can. Okay, that's what I was going to say. Young Living has one called Joy. I wanted to know if you could add that.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just rose by itself too.
That's one of the most expensive. I mean, it's over $100, but it's yeah.
So going into that, I was going to talk about how all this bombardment of what we're hearing, the mainstream media propaganda, causes a lot of fear. And what does fear do? It causes the adrenal glands to go crazy, to produce more cortisol. Dad, this is where I need your help. Produces fight or flight. And what we want is the parasympathetic nervous system to be in relaxation mode as opposed to the sympathetic, fight, freeze, flee, fight the bear, run from the bear, fight when we're in traffic, all that kind of stuff. So that's where we want to go. We want to be relaxing, and other things I can think of relaxing is like at night drinking, chamomile tea, maybe taking valerian. I mean, this affects our sleep too. If people are worried like this, they're not going to sleep as well. And if you don't sleep, you can't heal your body. So, Dad, what would you say about this?
Well, I would start a part on herbs, Karen, and you could put in chamomile. You could put in lavender. You might want to put in kava or kava.
Yeah.
Things like that. Skull cap would be another one that would come to mind. There's a bunch. I'd have to look a little bit, Missy. I don't know. I just did one. Karen has it there, Karen. You can almost go down the list and pick some things off what I sent you for distress relief, Okay. And those would be some of the ingredients that you might want to use. I put hemp in there. hemp. I didn't specify what kind of hemp, just whole leaf hemp, and you can leave that to your imagination. So your body is going to pick and choose what it needs. So if we give it a selection, both of affirmations as well as essential oils, and you talked about rose, Missy. Another one might be Melissa. Another one that might be good. Melissa officinalis, you know. So these would be all good essential oils or herbs, and then an herbal category, and maybe a homeopathic category too.
Okay.
Which
so what do we have so far for herbs? Because I was putting them in the infinitive, but it was taking too long. So I'll write them down.
Okay. What did you ask me then, Karen?
So which herbs?
Oh, all right. So you want to start with kava.
Okay.
You might want to use to calm you down, lavender, chamomile, both types, German and the other chamomile. What else did I mention, Missy? Skullcap.
And you can
frankincense. Okay. Yep. The bergamot is another one. And Nanette was beginning to give us a list as well. So this is kind of a composite. Everybody is helping to build it, and you're going to get a lot better input this way because, you know, if it were me, I'd be from that Tulsi tea. Yeah, rock rose is another one. You might want to use Sicilian rock rose. It helps to detoxify all of the toxins, but negative thinking is a toxin as well.
Yeah.
So you can take that out. Just a whole bunch of stuff. Anything with you know, when you look at herbs, they come up with the different types of herbs based on what they do. And the meanings that they say don't necessarily represent the categories that they're placed in. So we don't have to think. I did say skullcap, I think. You'll have to go down my list, Karen, because I've been working on that today and take a look at it.
Okay.
Don't forget about Rescue Remedy.
Oh,
the bach flowers.
Right off, yeah, that was, Jennifer, that was Missy's right off the bat. So.
Yeah, it's great. We use it a lot to clip our Chihuahua's toenails because she really freaks out. So we use that.
Should have used that. You should have used that on the cat, Missy. Missy cut my cat's toenails while she was here. So. Do we still have Missy, Jennifer? I don't know. She's been going in and out.
Oh, yeah, Missy's here.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Hey, Miss, this is your call, not mine.
Missy, can you hear us?
Or maybe her sound is cutting out.
Let me go take a look if she's there. I don't see her.
Yeah, she's here. She's definitely there. But
oh, there she is. Okay, I just saw her.
Muted, but for some reason, Missy, can you hear us?
Cats. My granddaughters.
Missy, can you hear us? No.
I guess she doesn't hear us again.
Ask to unmute. Keep clicking ask to unmute.
Can you type her a message, Karen?
Yeah.
Missy's talking, but we can't hear her. Oh, and it says she's on mute.
Can you hear us?
Ah.
Oh, there's the kitty.
Oh.
Yeah. You want me to call her again or try to?
Sure, yeah. Is it not? Yeah, it must be the storm.
We get our share of them, Karen.
Yeah.
I'm up in Maine. I'm up in Maine this week.
Oh,
we had a big storm. We had a really big storm last night, but it passed by. But it's a little different being in Maine from Massachusetts, which is where we typically are.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to have the rain. You know, it may cause a few technical issues, but it's worth it. So I've got a category here for additional support. So we can put a bunch of stuff in there. Let's put these herbs in while we're waiting for Missy.
Do you have the chrysanthemum in there as well? Is that how you say it?
Oh. Sorry, which one?
Chrysanthemum. I'm not even getting through to her on the regular phone. There we go.
Burning sage and Palo Santo. Oh, great. Let's put that in other. Additional support. Sage.
I can't get through to her.
Interesting.
I'm not sure what to do. We don't even.
Well, let's just keep talking. You got. If anybody's got questions.
Well, Nanette's on a roll. Nanette's on a roll here. We've got sage, Palo Santo, Himalayan salt lamps.
Sure.
I'm just putting these in, and then we'll have the panel half made.
You know, I wonder if, like, I'm just learning about this app, you know, that you're using and what you can actually, so you can pretty much put anything in, That,
absolutely.
So do you know about Agricept?
No, how do you spell that, Jennifer?
It's A-G, I believe it's A-G-R-I-S-E-P-T. And what this is it's a anti-parasitical.
Oh, she's probably calling me. Yeah.
Maybe that's her.
Go ahead, Jennifer. Keep talking. I'll get this.
Okay, so this anti-parasitical you can take by mouth, and you can also use it in enemas.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, you off the call now? Oh, you're going to call back in. Okay, I'll tell
Go back in.
everyone. Okay, I see. I guess the storm phone out.
Yeah, she just come back in.
Yeah, she's coming back in.
Anything,
Jennifer. The beauty of the quantum field, okay, and we talk a little bit about this on my call tomorrow night, is that you can get in the quantum field. Everything is about information. So the field has all of the perfect information. We just call it out, and then your body uses exactly what it needs. So it won't use any more, it won't use any less. You don't have any kind of side effects from it. So it's just a great way to increase the body's ability to use the information. So when you distill
things... So is it scalar as well? Like, is it kind of like a scalar type of a...
It's using...
Well, the scalar is kind of frequency. We're not talking about frequency as much as we are information.
Okay.
When you use rife, then you get more into frequency, and you can convert frequency into scalar waves. Yes.
Okay, right. It is. Let me think of his name. There's a man that lived on Long Island. He just died recently. Oh, for some reason his name slips my mind. But he traveled into the future, and he created a device that was clearing the whole East Coast and all of the energy and making things happier and better. And actually, I think it was Duncan Cameron that went into the year 2025, and he said that why can't I think of his name? I wonder if you know his name, Missy.
Missy's back, by the way. I see her.
He just passed away.
I didn't hear all of it, but is this the people that are connected with Peter Moon?
Yes.
Oh, Peter Moon, yes.
Yes. Yes. He wrote he wrote several books with Peter Moon, and for some reason his
Dr. David Anderson?
no, it's not David Anderson. It's Preston Nichols.
Preston Nichols, okay.
Preston Nichols. So he created a device, and Duncan Cameron went into the year 2025, and he said that the whole East Coast had been wiped out, that many coasts had been, but the East Coast had been wiped out. It was no more. And that Preston Nichols was using a device that was clearing all of the energy and making things better, making things happier and better. If you read some of Peter Moon's books, like Transylvania
Moonrise. Sunrise and Moonrise. Karen, yes. I thought of another one, Solfeggio frequencies, and like 528 hertz. So that's another category. Somebody brought up something about singing bowls. That would be good. Tibetan bowls.
And what about gongs?
Gongs.
Yeah. We're actually using those for the sound for the new Infinity.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So Missy, what you're getting is an effort where everybody is kind of coming up with some ideas here, and you can refine these and choose and pick and choose and add to them. There's no limit in this. You can put in as many things as you want because the body will only choose the ones that it needs.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I was going to say, like, people that can't take melatonin, like myself, because it keeps me awake, but in the quantum field, you can add melatonin because we need all the help we can with sleep. And I was thinking about things for the brain, like, GABA and all the different brain, I can't remember them all right now. I have to look at them.
Oh, ginkgo biloba.
Because it's so subtle.
Fish oils.
Yeah.
Another thing I might mention too, that I've gotten Bruce into recently because he's been suffering with the Lyme disease, and we've been trying to get his strength back. And so one of the things that I've been working with is the organ supplements. And we get grass-fed organ supplements from New Zealand, and they have everything. They have the beef brain, the heart. So whatever it is that the organ is that you're taking, it will supplement your organ that is suffering. So if it's your brain, like the people with Lyme disease get the brain fog and this sort of thing, then you would take the beef brain. And so these are having a significant difference on Bruce, like things like him catching things in midair where before he never would have. It just would have dropped to the floor and he wouldn't have been quick enough.
So these are sock codes?
They're supplements from organs.
Yeah, it sounds like they might not be, but I'm thinking homeopathic sarcodes.
Well, you could use that, Karen, instead. That would work more for people, particularly for people who have issues that are vegetarian or vegan, even though they're not gonna get the organ meat itself. They're going to get the benefit of the active ingredients in the organ. For your husband, teasel, Jennifer. Teasel is an herb.
Yes, the teasel. We have some teasel as well. And we just started looking into the Agricept actually to try and flush out these parasites. But the organ supplements have made a significant difference on his strength and his thinking.
Yeah, we can. Part of the problem that you're mentioning in Lyme disease is that it may be a biological agent.
I'm sure it is.
Some people may believe that, and other people may not believe that. But it is definitely a spirochete. So it's like a corkscrew. And so what we have to do is, pardon me?
I was just going to say, it's interesting what you say about it. Like some people believe that it is, and some people believe that it isn't, and that's exactly true. So for those
Well,
people that believe it is, and for the people that believe it isn't. So,
but we would put the ingredients in there as you've mentioned, and if it is, then of course, or if they have the need for, say, Teasel, they'll use it. If they don't have the need for Teasel, they won't use it, and then we need the appropriate frequencies. So if we can get the appropriate frequencies, somebody's got a table of right frequencies, you could take a look and put that frequency in there.
I have those. Also, Alan is mentioned here. Also, as
Montauk.
yeah, Alan's also mentioning Agricept. Agricept L is one of the trade names for the Montauk project experiment in time by Preston Nichols and Peter Moon, 1992.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to copy and paste this information so that we have it.
great.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Agricept, it can be used for, internally this way, or through the enemas. And for people that want to check, I believe it's, so you put your finger over your nose, and if it's your left side that is having trouble breathing, then it is your descending colon. And if it's your right side that is more clogged, having trouble breathing, then it is your ascending colon. And that's how you know which one you need to do. Like, so if you need to cleanse yourself from the top or from the bottom.
Okay.
Okay, and you know what? We can even add yoga poses to this. She's bringing this up. Alternate nostril breathing is this. And that balances the hemispheres of your brain. And child's pose, these things where you relax your body, because we need to get in a position where the body can relax. So it can receive information. Part of why people are under such mind control is they're in beta most of the time.
Right.
They can't relax, and then when they do relax, it's in front of the whatever the device is that's programming them. Whether it's it used to be the mainstream TV. Now it might be the wrong YouTube videos or whatever they're CNN. NBC, CBS, CNBC, and even
Well,
Fox.
what's the recent one, Missy? TikTok.
TikTok, yeah.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of brainwashing through TikTok.
I don't know what it was, but it had tentacles. TikTok, I tried to download it so I could do yoga. It had tentacles, so I uninstalled it. I didn't like it. I didn't know what it was.
Wow.
I'm not installing this TikTok. I don't know what it is.
Good for you.
Good choice.
We're on this wonderful platform of Zoom, but I've also had that could be used for bad too. There's some issues with
anything
Zoom,
that whatever can be used for good can be used for bad as well. So,
Right.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's your fingers on it.
I like, for the most part, Zoom seems to be better than Skype, mostly. It like all technology has its issues. Jennifer's frozen.
Am I frozen?
No, you're not. You're talking.
Yeah, and I'm feeling pretty hot right now. It's muggy.
Well, Missy, you're off to a good start.
But I think it's a good start.
I've got something here. I'm not sure what it is. Vetizer?
Vetiver?
Oh, but how do you spell that and what is it?
Vetiver?
Yeah, is that an oil or a herb?
That's an oil.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Let me put that in here.
That's a good one.
Okay.
That's great for ADHD kids.
Oh, that's good to know. Brenda and Sharon do a lot with kids with dealing with
Expecting kids, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's Brenda's birthday today.
Are you there, Karen?
Yeah, I'm here. It's Brenda's birthday today.
Happy birthday, Brenda.
She's not here. She's actually, they're in their RV. They're on the road.
We must have some pretty good topics because they keep getting.
So I heard that through TikTok, they can get into all your personal data in your phone. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Thank you, Sophia.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sophia, would you like to be unmuted? Would you like to unmute yourself? Sophia? Hi, Sophia?
Okay, can you hear me? Hi, hi, hi.
Hi, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
So that's TikTok.
Yes, that's TikTok.
Yeah.
They can get into your bank account and everything. So never download TikTok on your iPhone or computer.
Oh boy.
I'll remember that one. That's for sure.
Jennifer, what was the oil you were talking about? I missed what you said.
Vetiver?
Oh, Vetiver. Oh, I love Vetiver.
Vetiver, okay.
Vetiver, yeah, okay.
I'm seeing some great comments here.
Yeah, we got a great panel so far. We haven't even, we still got next week.
Around home, marigolds, tulsi, jasmine. That's
marigold and jasmine. I don't have that.
all high frequency plants.
Yeah, you would want to use boswellian. You would want to use spikenard. You would want to use myrrh if you're going to get into these ancient essential oils.
Now, how about homeopathics? Because that's kind of my specialty. Even
you and Sharon, not Sharon, Karen, both of you then.
Oh, okay. Because I've been using those for about nearly 30 years now.
Okay.
Long time.
I used a lot of homeopathy when I had clinics, but I haven't done much with it lately.
So you must have all the basic ones in there.
Well, we haven't put any homeopathics in there yet. Have you, Karen?
Oh, you haven't?
In there? Have not. Not yet.
And the oils, we can put the homeopathics, but the oils are better because they work with all the senses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So the more oils we can get in here, the better. So jasmine, we want myrrh.
We have myrrh, yeah, spikenard, boswellian, or frankincense.
We have rose. We have joy.
Rose, you have rose.
Myrrh, is myrrh M-E-R-R or
M-Y-R-R-H. M-Y-R-R-H.
Thank you.
I'm assuming you have bergamot.
Yes.
No, we don't have bergamot's in there, I guess, right?
Put that in there, yeah.
Then there's some of the
Peace
pine.
Peace and Calming is another one from Young Living.
And Stress Away?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're going to get more tones. And what's the frequency for the brain? I mean, 528 is for love and the heart, but there's one for the brain. Do you know? I think it's in the 900s.
Yeah, I don't know. But there's the
well, there's 7 solfeggios that you should probably put in there. We'd have to go back to the list to get them.
I've got that in. Yeah, I put in there a category for solfeggio frequencies so we can fill it in. But also, what's the one I'm trying to think of? The lightning. We get it. We all need it. We all need more of it.
Schumann, the Schumann frequency would be good. Earth frequency. Yeah.
Schumann.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll put that in there, Schumann.
Peppermint, yes, I thought of peppermint for delivery. Peppermint, juniper. Somebody's writing juniper berry.
Yeah, and I saw another one on 60 hertz. I didn't get a chance to read that frequency. What
hertz,
that was.
I read 60 hertz breaks down the amyloids in the brain. Let me put my glasses on so I can see.
Oh, that's a really great thing.
Yeah, they did a research, and then also they putting the 60 hertz behind some music, and then when you listen to that, actually you can buy a pillow and a little speaker in it and sleep on it. it's really, they did a clinical study. They breaking down the amyloids in the brain.
Oh.
Good.
I can send you the YouTube video from this doctor who did the research.
Yeah. Lemongrass as well. That would be good.
Lemongrass. Yeah, all of them. Lemon, lemongrass, and lemon balm.
Yeah.
See how much fun it is to build a panel? I have to do this at least once a week, right? Oh, before we leave the call tonight, I want to make a couple of announcements, Karen.
Okay.
I want to talk about what Dr. Bruce is doing.
Oh, yes.
I want to talk quickly about what I'm doing for tomorrow night.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I need a link to that too, to your Friday nights. I need a link sent to me.
The email's going out tomorrow morning, and you'll get it because you're in the database now.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah. Juniper berry.
Yeah, I definitely want to work on the homeopathics and the affirmations.
Yeah,
well, you got time.
affirmations are good also.
Yeah, you have time because we'll be doing it again next week, Missy.
Yeah. Is it great though?
Even
energy.
Because I think what's happened is there's been a lot of false sacred geometry that's been inserted into this realm. You know, you look at everything is almost too many straight lines, too many circles. It needs to be more like nature, more like the sacred geometry would be in nature for our bodies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's great that we're all doing this collectively because we're all putting our energy into this panel.
Oh, Clary Sage. Clary Sage is one of my favorites. I like Clary Sage.
Okay. Yes.
Especially
you must have lavender in there as well.
We have lavender. We have lavender. We have, there's more than one lavender. I forget. We get them all. I'll leave that up to you guys.
Because a lot of what's going on, people cannot breathe. So go ahead and add eucalyptus globulus and radiata because people are messed and they can't breathe. It feels like a feeling of stifled. You can't breathe.
There's another one I used. It's called eucalyptus schmidti, I think it is. And at the same time, you might want to use tea tree oil. And what's the other one that you use for breathing? I forget. There's another one.
Menthol?
Oh, I saw cedar wood. Menthol would, well, yeah, natural menthol. Only natural menthol.
Oh, there's a company called Albus that has a blend, if you're familiar.
Yeah, the Albus blend is good.
I used to get that in England.
I use sandalwood too, and oh gosh, neroli. Neroli is really good too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have angelica root in there?
Not yet. We got it now.
That's also a great flower essence too.
Okay. Angelica.
Oh, you're going to have a large panel, Missy. It's going to be a good one.
Yes.
It's broken out into categories.
And do you have basil?
Oh, lemongrass.
No, basil, lemongrass and basil,
Only
right?
basil.
Yeah, we put basil in, I'm pretty sure already.
Clary sage.
You're welcome, by the way.
Okay, now that we're getting into the realm of clearing spirits of the air, okay, we might as well be also burning white sage.
Yeah, got that.
Dragon's blood. Okay. Moxa, which is mugwort, and what is the name of that stick that I have? I can't think of, from Peru.
Palo Santo.
Palo Santo, yes. Get the big guns out to purify the air. Those are the ones that I use to purify the air. And also sweet grass.
I wonder if the other one you were thinking was the melaleuca.
Yeah, melaleuca, right. Ostinifolia.
Yeah.
Melaleuca ostinifolia.
Also, there's birch sweet, like birch tree, birch sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Birch sweet is a analgesic. So it's good for like muscles and removing toxins, circulation.
Yeah. Well, all negative feelings create toxins in all body systems. So,
Yeah.
Right.
Carrot seed.
Carrot seed is good. And then you can go already. The colon cleanse is up there. I've done the colon cleanse when I did the kidney and the liver cleanse. I did those 3 in unison.
There's quite a few different chamomiles too.
I know that. Yeah. The one that comes to mind is German chamomile, but I know there's more than one.
Yeah, there's a Roman one too.
That's right. I forgot. Yep.
And cinnamon leaf.
That's not there. Cinnamon leaf is good.
Do you have citronella in there?
No.
No.
Citronella. Okay, got that. Sorry, what was the one before citronella? Which leaf?
Cinnamon.
The cinnamon leaf.
Well, if you're going to go to those, then you'd want to do clove as well.
Yes, clove for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Great for the teeth.
Yeah, and also not just clove, but the what is the name of that blend that when they were on the boat blend? Young Living makes the blend. I can't think.
Thieves oil.
Yeah.
Thieves.
Oh,
Yeah.
thieves. Yes.
Okay, now back to flower essences. Part of Jennifer, how much of the call did you hear when I talked about the words which were sovereign, brainwashing, entertainment, programming, MK Ultra, Marxism, coup d'etat? Did you get to hear that part of the talk or not really?
No, I did. I missed about the first 15 minutes, and it's interesting that you are saying those things anyway, though, because those have been keywords this week.
Right. So
Every week.
besides the keywords, another one I get with this virus stuff, I'm not going to say any names. We'll just, the thing that's going on out there with the mask. Grief is a big one. Okay, I think the society is in a collective grief pattern. They need to grieve. Grief is about the lungs. Here's another one in
fear. How about fear?
It's called
Fear is a good one. Yeah.
Bleeding
What about
heart.
fear?
Fear, yeah, and grief. Bleeding heart is good to release a relationship which has ended. So it's like to do with death and dying, but it's death to an old way of life. That's another flower essence to go with Rescue Remedy and Star of Bethlehem. And then if they want to start something new, Larch is good for that. Let me find.
And Nanette put up a clearing prayer, so you could start another category, or you could put that in there with affirmations.
Thank you, Nanette. I'll add that to. Let's add that to the email.
Ego. Ego is really big.
Yeah. Ego.
I see ego with the masks too. Like people are like wearing them like a suit of armor in a way.
Oh, love that stuff. Yeah, the Ho'oponopono.
Yes, the horn.
Ho'oponopono is great. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. I'm not sure if I have the order, but this is what Larch is good for. Self-confidence, creative expression, ability to be spontaneous and take risks, which is the opposite of what people were doing. And remember when you said Angelica, that is also in a flower essence. I'm going to read that one to you because I've taken that many times. Let me find it here because you can add this. Feeling protection and guidance, spiritual beings, especially during a threshold of experiences such as birth, death, and other life passages. And humanity is actually in a collective life passage right now.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it, oh, sorry, it's 6:30. Nanette was just saying about Tanya's webinar today. I thought it was 6 p.m. Eastern time. Nanette, I thought it was 3 Pacific time. I'm not sure.
Oh no.
I don't know.
Oh, then I missed it then. I thought when she told me, I thought it was
Showed it. Let me just
6 p.m.
Tammy's. Tammy said,
Karen, after you get this down, are you going to send me a copy of this for me to fine tune it, right?
oh, 6. Yes, I am. Yeah.
Okay, the other one I want you to add in the flower essence.
Let's get your Infinity installed, Missy, and then I can share it with you.
Yeah,
if
you know,
install the Infinity.
I might be waiting a little bit to get a new phone and put it on my phone.
Yeah, she's having phone problems.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the other one, Dill. Ability to experience and absorb a wide variety of sensory experiences, heightened awareness, taste, touch, hearing, sights. People are being overstimulated with the media that they can't feel anymore.
Okay. And sorry, what was that?
Dill.
Dill. Okay.
Another one is Tansy.
Mhm.
Tansy, okay.
Because people might feel sluggish and procrastinate because this mainstream media stuff makes you feel so stifled that you procrastinate from your own projects. So it's about unplugging from this crap and focusing on unconditional love of the self, and then that will translate out into helping others of like mind and letting go of the hive mind people, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, well, how about hyssop?
Hyssop, yes.
Hyssop?
Yep.
I'm not good with my pronunciations. I just always are reading up on these things and using them. I never know what they really sound like. So hyssop, yeah, because that's good for emotionally purifying and cleansing.
And what is it?
Hyssop.
Hyssop.
It's HYSSOP.
Hyssop.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Young Living has it. Yeah, he's so.
That's a herb?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and an oil. So
They used it then. They used that in biblical times to clean things. Hyssop.
Yeah, to
yeah,
clean
it's
stuff.
also
Right.
for stress, anxiety.
Mhm.
So that you bring up that one, it makes me think of cedar wood and the ringing cedars, and what is her name?
Yeah.
I know you know, Jennifer. I can't think of her
Anastasia.
name. Anastasia and the ringing cedars.
Yep.
So cedar wood, a good cedar wood. I guess Young Living cedar wood you could put in there.
That would be the best.
Well, they already have Young Living as a panel, don't you, Karen? Have that as a panel, so all of their oils, I think, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, we've got a bunch in here, but not cedar wood, so let's put that in there. I guess we should finish up, shouldn't we?
Let me make that announcement if you can, Karen.
Yeah.
You got a minute? Yeah, okay, I'll do it in two parts. Tomorrow night is my call, and we're going to talk about pain relief. Anybody that attends that call tomorrow night is entitled to have that panel free, the attendees to the call tomorrow night. And then after that, that panel goes on sale. So if you would like to have a fairly comprehensive pain panel, I can, or we have to call it, what do we call it? We have another name for it. Yeah, discomfort panel. You will receive that as a free panel, and you can run that as often as you wish. I'll talk about that tomorrow night. Karen and I are working with Dr. Bruce. Dr. Bruce has put together a panel that he calls Skin EO. It's the working title. The EO has to do with essential oils. So far, he's got 61 ingredients in that, and 26 of those are essential oils. Are we being recorded, Karen?
Yes, we are.
Then let's unrecord us.
Okay, let me stop recording.